Hi, my name's Lohren. I'm from One Move to Better Golf. Today, I'd like to discuss extension of the golf swing. Sometimes misunderstood aspect into what it's for and the usefulness of it. Extension of the golf club is actually the widest arc possible going back, as long as it doesn't jeopardize the center of your swing, which is the halfway point between your shoulders and your front and your back. It would be like taking a slingshot and pulling it back. Extension is useful as long as the center doesn't move. If the slingshot, if the sling itself, or the two pieces of wood that the rubber's mounted on, if it moved in the direction of the pull, there's no extension, because there's no extension away from a point. So in order for extension to be useful, there has to be a center achieved while the extension is going on, so you're extending away from the center. Okay, and there is a chance if you work on extension that you may overextend and actually pull the center with you, and then you're not really creating extension, and you're creating a bad move also. Okay, so extension has to be within what I call the turn. There's a turn of the body, and extension has to be within that turn. It cannot pull that turn sideways. Okay, now a great thing to understand about extension is if you put the club in your left hand only, which is the radius of the swing, and you made a start on the left shoulder, and you stopped with your hand about hip high, and you stuck your right hand on the club, that's about as wide as any human being can ever get the club. And if you did that and then finished your turn, you'd feel a tremendously wide extension. Okay, you do not get extension by taking the right arm and pulling it out, because number one, if you pull the right arm out, the wrist won't cock because you're pulling against the centrifugal force and swinging of the club head. If you push it back with the left, the head of the club can get ahead of your hands, meaning it can cock at the right time gradually. So you don't pull the club back to create extension, you push the club back with your left side to create extension. Now, Tiger Woods a little bit ago had a problem pitching the ball because he took an extended backswing that I think was made with his right side, and the club never got behind his hands or his wrist never cocked, and he tried to hit the thing from that position. That's what it looked like to me on TV. But if you're creating your extension with your left side, your right arm will fold wherever you want it to fold, your wrist will cock wherever you want it to cock to hit the shot you want to hit, and you'll still have extension with that swing. And here's another reason why extension is important. What you're trying to do in extension is you're trying to make a turn, and the reason why extension is important is because extension delays the arrival of the hands to the top of the swing, and it gives time for you to get turned before your hands reach the top. And with extension, you'll get wound up before your hands reach the top of the swing, and your big muscles can lead the swing forward because your hands didn't challenge that, because your hands didn't get to the top too early like they would if you didn't have extension. There's one more thing about extension I think is important to understand. Extension comes from the widest arc possible. Now, in a left side takeaway, the club moves out. In a right side takeaway, the club moves in. There's no extension when the club moves in, as compared to when the club moves out. There may be a little bit of extension if it's done with the left side in, but that's still a short route to the top as compared to keeping the club straight away or going outside a little bit with extension. So if you have extension and you have it combined with the club starting straight away or the club starting out, you've got the widest possible extension. Whereas extension coupled with a left-sided extension with the club coming in is not as much of an extension, and your hands get to the top too early. I hope that helps you, and we can take it from there and keep it in the fairway. Thank you.